Hi all, welcome to Vision Board community. And today's video is like an almost like an 2+ hours of longer video. This is one of the most requested video in my YouTube channel, Instagram, and my LinkedIn. So how to create or how to build a real-time project. So the people coming from a transition, right? Any of the role to the data engineering role, because that is highly demandable in the industry. So you can practice this end-to-end project, you will be getting an idea how we can able to transform the things with the help of this project. So without any kind of delay, we can get started. If someone is watching in our Vision Board channel, please subscribe in our channel. And one more thing, we are the number one largest community in India. So you can also understand in the Azure Data Engineering side. So we are placing lot of people in the different companies, like in the CGI and Wipro, Infosys, EY, and Deloitte, etc. Because our students are placing in different ways, different companies. So what you need to do, if you are really passionate about your career and you want to move like a better opportunity with 100 or 200 percentage hike, you can go through our website, and there are multiple courses are available. If you anyone think you want to need some kind of extra support, you can join with us. So without starting, I'm just showing that also. This is our Vision Board website. So whatever the success stories, all the success stories I just added here, these all are people are placing from the Vision Board. So that much of effort we are making to placing everyone in the community. Okay. So I will be sharing this link in the chat. And today's session, we need to think about one of the real-time project. Real-time project in the Azure Data Engineering. We can discuss with the healthcare domain. We can discuss with the e-commerce domain, or we can discuss with the banking domain. So most of the people are asking one of the project me in the banking domain also. So today I just want to kind of an introduction about the banking domain project. For example, some of the banks are given their data for analysis purpose to the different companies. So the companies people, what happened, right? They will be use this data and process the data, and whatever the client requirement based upon transforming with the help of these kind of tool, Azure Data Factory, Databricks, and Synapse, or like in Fabric. So in this session we have a combination, like an end-to-end combination I will show you. So once you complete this one, you can easily understand, okay, this is the way most of the engineers or data engineers are coming into the daily life. So I'm just sharing my screen. You can see here. So the banking data set we are taken. And before that, at least you need to be understanding there's no prerequisite actually. The prerequisite means at least you have a basic knowledge about the SQL and Python, and one of the Azure active account is needed, because we are trying to implement all the things in the cloud Azure account, and a laptop with a stable internet connection also fine. These are the prerequisite for this complete end-to-end project. Now, think about one of the interviews, they will be asking about, every interviewer they will be asking about, explain your project. So when you explain your project, you want to discuss about which project you did, and what are the things you implemented there, and what are the real time cases you handle efficiently with the optimization technique, and how that will be effective in the client side. These all the four answers you want to give in a project side explanation. So everything I added in the project, please stay tuned. This will help you to landing many more offer letters in the 2026. So you can see here I'm choosing one of the data set from the Kaggle. So I'm opening this data set. Okay, this is the data set. Okay, before going into this one, I want to give some kind of idea, okay, about this data set. Think about, as here you can see, one is car data, and one JSON files are there. Some two JSON files are there, and a transaction.csv and user data.csv. So what do you need to do? You need to be open a Kaggle account and download this one. So I already downloaded this into my system. So I'm just showing here. You can see I'm just moving like an archive option. Then once we complete, we can share the data, or we need to see the data. It will be more easy. You can understand what other things are happening there. So now it will be extracted. You can see CSV data. CSV means every data, or like an everything will be comma separated. That is called the CSV data. Then JSON format. So I'm just opening the first thing, car data. When I'm opening this car data, you can able to see same way you can in the real time also client will be given these kind of file. We can call this file is called a manual file. Every day they will be creating these kind of file and share with us. Our duty as a data engineer, our duty, we need to process the data and safely load into the cloud. This is our main duty. Now you can see the ID will be there. I'll be increasing the size also. So ID, client ID, and the card brand, card type, and card number, and expires CVV. This is kind of a sensitive data. I'm just again telling, but now for the like an initial stage, I'm just showing everything. But when you come into the real life, these are called PI data, because it's like a kind of an security data. So if someone is know about this card number and CVV, they are easily like an get the or bank transfer will be possible, and has chip and number, like you can see number card and credit card limit and account opening, open date, and year pin, and these all the things will be available in the cards data. Some Then I'm just moving to another one. You can see this is called JSON data. So JSON data means it will be contain some sample data of data set, but it's like a kind of a JSON format. These all are the JSON data. Their name, eating places and restaurants, service station, amusement park, carnivals, circus. There are different items are available in the JSON data. Now another JSON data is called a this is called a MCC code. Then train fruit detection labels. So open this one also. JSON also one structured format. Okay, you can see target, these things also available. How to training the data. Then another one is called the transaction data. So when I'm opening the transaction data, so before starting any of the project, what you need to do, you need to be understanding about this data will be available, or this is data will be valid or not. So that's why I'm just showing these kind of data before we are starting any kind of session. So even in the companies also, what will happen, we need to check the data, it is correct or not. Then any kind of doubt will be there, we will be asking to the client. So yeah, I think so. This data, some kind of correction will be there. So we need to open it one more time. You don't need to, because this is like a very large amount of data. You can see the data set is large if you have an workbook. Okay. So this is the data. Okay, I'm just now it is loaded. So ID will be there, date will be there, client card and card ID, amount, use chip, merchant, merchandise transaction, zip code, MCC. These things also available in this one. Then another one will be user data. Opening this one also. So user data contain ID and current age, and you can see the retirement age and birth year, birth month, gender, address, latitude, longitude, per capacity income, and yearly income, total debt, and credit score, and number credit card. And so these kind of information also available. So that means based upon this one, we can easily understand a man or any woman can transaction their item into particular item, they are eligible for implementing, or they are eligible for new set of data. So that's why these kind of things are available. So now we need to be understanding about how it will be looks better. That means like in the at the end, maybe the client or bank need any kind of fraud detection will be happen, right? How it will be handled. So what we need to do, we need to be extract the data, we need to be use these kind of information. Then only we can able to predict these kind of things will be happening in the future. So I'll be sharing my screen again. So this is the website also. Now first we need to be understanding the criteria. So same way the client also given one set of document, we need to be sit and prepare, or we need to understanding the document with the 1 or 2 weeks of time. That is the initial analysis phase. That time whatever the question you want, you are facing some kind of issue with the data, you are not aware about these how it will be working, every question, each and end to item you can ask to the client. That is mandatory step. So after when the project will be starting, it will be kind of a difficult, like an asking these kind of small question. When you starting phase, make sure when you starting phase, 2 weeks of time, understand thoroughly through the requirement. Now I'm just telling you about the overview. This comprehensive financial data set, transaction record will be there. For example, in the case of a bank, transaction, people transaction record will be there, customer information will be there, and card data, banking institutions spanning across the 200 decade to 210 decade, designed into multiple analytical purposes, including the synthetic fraud detection, customer behavior. Is customer is has debt, is like an behavior is like an is repaying, or like an he's taking more debt. We need to be understanding about the customer behavior and the expense forecast. He can make this much of expense in this year. So these all the things we can able to predict with the help of these kind of existing data. Now they'll be clearly explained. These are the four files we got. I'm just showing these are the four files we got. And first one is card data. Okay, card data, transaction data, user data. These three are the Excel file or like a CSV file. So transaction data means name will be transaction underscore data CSV. Detailed transaction record including amount, timestamp, and merchandise details. Then covers the transaction throughout like in 20 from 2010 onwards, whatever the transaction, everything you have, you can see there. Then feature transaction type, amount, merchandise information, all the things are available there. Perfect analysis spend pattern. You can able to, this is perfectly used for analyzing the spend pattern, like customers spend pattern and building the fraud detection model. This will be helpful for the transaction data. This CSV will really help you these kind of things. Next one will be the card information. From the name itself, you can see this is the file for the card information file, card data. Okay, from the name you can understand this is card data. So it will be contain credit and debit card detail. Obviously, this is called the PII data, sensitive data, include the card limit, type, and activation date also mentioned, linked to the customer account via card ID. Then essential for understanding the customer financial profile. So when you go through this one, you can easily understand customer financial details also. Now the next one will be the merchant category code. Okay, merchant category code will be, that is kind of a JSON data. Okay, I think I already opened here. So this is called the MCC code under .json. So this will be merchant category code will be MCC underscore code JSON, standard classification code for the business type, and enable the transaction categorize and spending analysis, and industry standard MCC code with the description. So you can see here, it will be like in one of the code will eating places and restaurant, and 5541 service station, and 7656 is like in amusement park, carnival, circus. So they are categorized based upon the where you are spending the money. So that is available in the JSON. So now you can see that is for the merchandise category code. Another one would be fraud label. So that is also JSON binary classification label for each of the transaction, indicate fraudulent and legitimate transaction, ideal for training the supervisor. We can easily understand how the fraud detection will be happening there. Another one will be user data. This kind of a CSV data. From the name, you can understand customers' name, customers' location, their details, their behavior. These all the things will be help you for the customer data or user data. So these are the five segments initially think about from the client they are given actually. Now we need to be, so this is normally you can understand there are different places you can use this application. I'm just telling that application also. Fraud detection, okay, any kind of people will be trying to hack your account, so based upon this one we can easily find out, okay, this is some issue will be there. Then customer analysis, you want to need a premium customer, think about a bank need a premium customer. So based upon their behavior in the past 10 years of behavior, they are repaying correctly or they are closing all their loan as soon as possible. These categories called premium customers. So based upon their behavior we can understand who is premier customer, we can offer more loans to them. So that customer analysis also we can get from these kind of data. Then financial planning and forecasting, that is also will be possible. Business intelligence, like, and we can implement the study market trends, analysis the merchandise performance. These are all the things you can, these are the some kind of use cases you can use for the financial transaction. When, for example, now you are getting a one of the requirement, I'm just writing. Think about one of the requirement is like a client is given some kind of data, customer data dot CSV. So they are given this initial file contain, we are calling like a bulk load. This is contain 2010 to 2025 till November or like until October kind of data. This will be contain almost, think about almost 1 million record. This is called a bulk load. In the next onwards, like an November 1st onwards, November 2nd onwards, this is called a daily data. Because initially all the data we want to move into the cloud, that is called a bulk loading. Then the remaining days every new data will be coming automatically moving into the cloud itself. So one of the requirement client is need, they need a premium customers. So from the customers data they want to initially step number one, ingestion of all the latest data, all the CSV data into the cloud, ingestion process, plus everyday coming data, new records called incremental loading. New record you want to move into the cloud, that is called the incremental loading. Then after that, you need to be do one more thing. We need to be find the premium customers. So this is the this premium customers you want to show in a Power BI report. Okay, think about we have an almost 1 million customers. 1 million customer you have in the last 15 years. Out of this 1 million, you want to divide or you want to filter out who is the premium customer. Think about based upon the criteria. Their annual income is greater than or their annual income minus debit is greater than 1 lakh or annual income minus debt is greater than 10 lakh. So those customers are the premium customer. So these things you want to do with the help of an cloud. This is one of the project. Think about this is the finally at the end what the client need. The client need a premium customers filter out from this 1 million data and power with a Power BI report. They want to need this one. So when you showing the Power BI visualization, people can easily, the end user customers only want to check in the Power BI report only. Don't need to go through this kind of CSV file. So this is the requirement. How we will be implementing these kind of requirement. That is the one we will be discussing today. I will be discussing all the challenges, issues, everything I will be discussing here as well. So stay tuned. And if someone is not subscribing in our channel, just subscribe. Vision Board, India's largest number one data engineering community. We are placing a lot of people. Okay. So I am welcome to everyone. This mission and a mission to connecting the recruiters and in our data engineering community to kind of better opportunities in the world. So now I think you got some kind of information. Now I'm just moving into the one by one session. Then you will be getting a one more idea about how it will be working. Okay, so this is the data set, and you can see here. So different way we can implementing this system. So data sets I will be sharing, and in the one of the architecture, this is the one of the architecture I just want to create. So all the data ingestion. So we are getting in the multiple in the same project itself. We want to move into the SQL server to the cloud, Oracle to the cloud, SAP to cloud, and different data sources into the cloud. Here our file will be the manual file with a like an 15 years of data. It's like a bulk load. So we want to move the data into the cloud. So that's why this Azure Data Factory will be comes into the picture. So this will help you to loading the data from any of the places into the cloud. Then storage account. Azure ADLS Gen 2 is a storage account will placing large amount of data with lower cost. Then for the processing, I already mentioned we want to filter the data premium customers for the transaction. How we will be finding that one? With the help of a Databricks. This will be like a powerful crashing engine will help you to like an implementing and filtering the large amount of data. And after that, we are storing into filtered data. You can able to store in another location that is called the Azure Data Lake Gen 2 generative number 2. Then at the end we can connect with the Power BI for the like a powerful report and all. So this is one kind of an architecture we will be getting in the initial stage of the project. We need to build this kind of architecture and we need to share with the client. Once they approve, it will be very easy. Okay, so this is the first step. Now I'm just moving into the session one by one. So we can create the Azure portal. So I'm just this is a link you can able to create. I'm using a premium account of my, but you can able to create this Azure portal account. So you can see, go to this one, then click on the signing button. Okay, or you can use for the try Azure for a free. Click on this one, and you need to be give your debit and credit card numbers are there, so that will be there. So you need to be, for example, use another account. You need to be use your email ID and like a password, and you need to be given like an any kind of debit card, okay, and credit card. Then what will happen, you can able to create a free account in the Azure. So this is the first step you want to do from your end. Now after you creating, you can able to see, I'm just showing that one Azure portal. After you created all this thing, you will be getting these kind of account or these kind of things in your hand, because I'm using a lot of things. So that's why it will be when you opening a new account, it will be completely blank. So everything you want to start from the scratch. Now I just want to tell you how we will be starting these things, so that will be kind of fun. Like in systems and things are there. So yeah, so that is also I'm just want to explain, then I will be come back, it will be better, you can easily understand. Every Azure account, so every Azure account, there's a root will be there. So that is called the management of group. Okay, root management will be there. And you already know about there are different environments also there. For example, development environments are there like this. Okay, dev environment is there. QA the role will be there. Then SIT or UAT role will be there. Then coming into the production environment. So these are the different environments are available in the Azure portal. When you work in a company also, you want to create these kind of things. So I'll be explaining a neat way so you will be getting a better clarity. So think about this is our like an architecture. So obviously you can understand these all the tools you want to implement in a different things. So before I explaining, I just want to tell you about the tools also. So I think some of the people need some kind of extra. So think about there are multiple tools are there. So one, the main tool you want to focus is called Azure Data Factory. So you can go through this one. You can see this is the one. This is the symbol for Azure Data Factory. This is one of the ETL tool. ETL tool means it will help you to moving the data from any of the source system into the cloud. As an Azure data engineer or cloud data engineer, our main duty would be moving the data from old system. Old system means Informatica. So I will be open that one. I will be showing that also. You will be getting like a better idea. So the main duty of an Azure data engineer or cloud data, you want to move all the data on premises system into the cloud or any other system moving into the cloud. So that tool is called, everything is like a completely non-coding environment is called the Azure Data Factory. So now you need to be click on this pipeline. You can see click on the new pipeline, this copy data. In the copy data, there are source IDs there. In the source side, these all are the, you can see, informatics. Okay, there are lot of connections are there. SQL server on premises. SQL server are you created in your system itself. You want to migrating into the cloud. Then what will happen? We need to be moving or we need to connect into this one, and all the data same kind of compatibility we need to be available in the cloud. That is another advantage. We need to use that one. Okay, so this is kind of an very important in our learning phase also. First you need to be understanding about this one. Okay. So data source, Azure Data Factory is the ETL tool. This is kind of an ETL tool, will help you to moving the data from any on-premises to the cloud. Azure ADLS storage. You can see Azure Data Lake Gen 2. So I'm just showing here also. This is the storage account. So this storage account we can convert it into ADLS, Azure Data. This will help you after the moving of the data from Azure Data Factory. This is the cloud storage account. You can save or you can use the data for saving here. This is also one of the important thing you want to understand from your end. Now another thing will be you can understand this is called a like a Databricks for crushing of data. You want to filtering of data. You need to do some kind of coding. So Databricks will be the platform. You can see this is the Databricks platform. So this is the Databricks platform. This will be help you to implementing and you can write SQL, Pyspark, Python, Scala, R kind of language for building your logic. Then after that also you want to store in another storage account that you can use in the same kind of storage account. Then at the end, from here you can understand at the end you can connect with the Power BI. Okay, so the Power BI will be the visualization. One more question I am asking. So you can see these kind of data. For example, one of the transaction data. So like in 1 million transaction data you are seeing in an Excel file. Or when you seeing the data like at this one, I'm just showing like Power BI report. Like this, which one would be better? You are seeing a data in an Excel file. You can see a data in a, like this much of data in an Excel file, or you want to need an interactive Power BI report. Which one will be answer? So 99% will tell you we need a Power BI report because it is more effective and we can easily understand the things. And when you're clicking, it will be slowly changing. So that's why we are visualizing rather than we are seeing the raw data. So that's why it will be Power BI coming into the picture. The Power BI also will be coming into the picture. So the client need, I'm just telling requirement again, client want to ingest that huge amount of data and they want to filter and they want to, every day they want to loading the data into the cloud, and finally premium customers you want to see. This is the main requirement. So let's go how it will be starting from a practical implementation. So the first step you want to, when you starting off any of the project, so there are four environments or like an five environments will be there. First environment is called the development dev environment. You can think about this is called the first environment, and this is the main Azure data engineers are working in this environment. Another environment is called the testing environment. Testing environment. So here QA engineers, testing team is working. Another environment is called the SIT. So here test managers are working. Then another environment we can call like an UAT. For example, you want to run the code before moving into the cloud. You want to know it. So like a kind of a pre-production. This is a kind of a pre-production. I'm just mentioning about pre-production stage. Then finally, we have a production environment. These are the main environments are available when you're working in a company. So it will be varying, to be honest, it will be varying based upon your requirement and all. But currently, this is the scenario. Then I will tell you one more thing in the what happening in the dev environment. In the dev environment, same thing. In the developers, we want to implement first thing will be the ADF. Okay, so ingestion of the data from CSV to cloud. Then you want to store the data. That storage account is called ADLS. Then you want to crashing of data. So that will be help of a Databricks. Okay. Then you want to store into another ADLS and last Power BI. Okay, I'm just moving. Last Power BI report. Power BI is like an extra that is data analysts are doing. So this is the overview of a project. So same thing, same tools we need to be applicable. We need to be mentioned in the test environment, SIT environment, UAT and production environment. This is kind of a mandatory step. Same thing you want to replicate in test, SIT, UAT and product. So I'll be telling first thing about like an initial thing I will be creating. Then I'll be showing how you need to be creating into separate. We can view this name would be complete. The project name would be like an bank domain. This project name we can give like a bank domain. Maybe the project name it will be varying based upon your company like an client name. So currently I'm just given like an bank domain. So one thing we need to be understand is called the grouping of data. So that is called the resource group. Grouping of data is called the resource group. So there's a development environment is there, development resource group is there, testing resource group is there, SIT resource group is there, UAT resource group is there, production resource group. Everything you want to creating under this resource group only. Now I will be showing that one also. Okay, so first thing you want to create a resource group. So search here and you want to check with the where this client is located. Is it like an East US, West US or whatever the places? That is also you want to clearly understand. So I'm just mentioning my client is in the central India. Okay, my client is an Indian client, so they are located in the central India. So I want to choose the resource group in the central India region because client want to communicate it easily. That's why. So I'm just showing here. First step number one, search a resource group. This is the one. Search a resource group. Create a resource group and you want to mention about your Azure subscription. Resource group name you want to give an RJ. Okay. RJ underscore dev underscore bank domain. So this is the RJ underscore dev underscore project name. So here I am given like a bank domain. My client is in the central India. So I'm using like a central India. So I'm just copy this one. I'm pasting in a one place here. So now this is what development resource group. Now I'm just clicking on the next. Currently tags are not needed. review and create. This is the first step we want to do from our end. You can see first resource group is created. So this is the one, rj underscore dev underscore bank domain. This is the first resource group. Now you need to go to this one, and in the resource group you want to choose like bank domain. You can see clicking on this resource group, and here you want to create, we need to start building ADLS Gen 2, the first one, Databricks ADLS. So this is the one I want to show you here. So click on the create button, create, and search. The first component is called Data Factory. This is a tool for Azure Data because our ingestion process, we need to do that one. So Azure Data Factory, just click on the Data Factory, and you need to be mentioning about the name also, that is called ADF Dev Environment Bank Domain. Okay, so this is also, I'm just copying here under this resource group. We are creating our first set of ETL tool, this one. So now I want to create, it is in the East US, not East US, wherever your resource group is located in the central India. So whatever the things are under this one also, it will be available under this one. So we need to change into the central India, and version will be V2. Previously in 2021, 2020, V2, V1 also there. Currently V2 is the one we need. Then Git configuration, currently we are not using. Networking also, there is also kind of a security teams are handling these kind of things. So now what we need to be create, click on the create button. Azure Data Factory will be created in the particular dev resource group. You can see it will be creating. So I'm just marking, this is like blue color, ADF creation is completed. Okay, now I want to need the next one, that is called ADLS Gen 2 storage account for storing the data. So this deployment is completed. Go to this resource group. You can able to see, refresh, data factory is there. Inside that one, we need to click on the create. Under the resource group, same resource group, we want to create a storage account, because ADLS is available inside the storage account. Click on the storage account, search this one, and click on the storage account, create, go down, storage account name you need to be give like ADLS dev, and you need to be mention about bank domain 001. ADLS dev bank domain 001. You can see. Then Central India, you can choose the storage type also. Azure, this is the one we need. In different other aspect, we can use the Azure file or table and queue. Current scenario, we need the first one, and standard we can use. And if you select a premium, there are page blob, these kind of things will be available. Currently in this purpose, we can use for the standard one. And go down, you need to be used like a geo.net. This is the most commonly asking in the project, and in the scenarios also we are using the GRS, because two copies we are saving. One is in the East US or one is in the Central India. So any kind of thing, any region will be crushed. We can save our all the data will be saved. So that's why GRS will be using. So next, and you need to be converting the storage account to into ADLS. So click on this hierarchical namespace. This is also one of the most asked in interview question. And go down and review and create. Click on the create button. Then what will happen? This ADLS account also completed. So now next one will be the Databricks. You can see it is in the progress. I'm just showing here. In the top icon, you can see this one, right? So here also you can able to notify the data will be good or not. So that is also will be fine. So once it is completed, we can see it is completed. Deployment is completed. You can see the data will be here. Okay. So I think deployment in progress. You can see deployment is completed, and you can see this is the name also. So you need to be go back to click on this one, go to the home. You can see our resource group will be there. RJ, this is a resource group. Under the resource group, we created our ADF first storage group. When you're clicking this one, you can able to see this is ADLS or whatever. That is also you can able to see at this moment. That is also one important thing you can understand. Then go to here, then click on the next one. Next one would be the Databricks. Click on here, search Databricks. Click on the Databricks. So you can see here Azure Databricks. So click on the create button, and you want to give the name is like Azure RJ Dev Banking Domain. Under this one, you want to create an ADB, that is called Azure Databricks. ADB Development Environment and Bank Domain. So I'm just copying this one. I'm just pasting here. Okay, so this is for Azure Databricks. So now it's like an in the Central India premium one we are using. Review and create. So this one also completed. Then last one will be the ADLS. I'm just choosing. Go to home. This one. This name you want to change into 001 to T002 because this is like a secondary Azure storage account. Then click on the create button and search like in Databricks. Click on the Databricks and you want to go to this one, Azure Databricks, create, go down, you can see 002 because this is like an after the Databricks purified data you want to store somewhere, that is called ADLS Dev Bank Domain 002 Central India Premium 1, review and create. Okay, so that means almost when you go to this one you can able to see, and at the end Power BI we are not creating here at this moment. It's like a report creation. So after the things data analyst team will be handling. So currently we are only handling here in this portion. We are handling ADF, ADLS Gen 2, Databricks, and final this one is completed. Okay, so this is the way we are implementing. This is like an only initial step. So same thing, you want to create a like a testing resource group. Testing resource group will be RJ underscore test bank domain and rj underscore sit bank domain, then UAT product. Same way you want to create like an multiple resource group. Everywhere you want to implement this ADF, ADLS, Databricks and ADLS Gen 2. So then only data will be moving from one environment to. So this environment to another environment, then another environment, then coming into another environment, then finally the production environment. So now it's like it's almost completed. You can see almost. Okay, so there are one thing was happened. So we created the Databricks. At the end, we need, I'm just deleting this one. We need a storage account. Sorry for the, I'm just deleting that one. Go to home, and this one we don't need because we need the storage account. There's a one mistake was happened. So these kind of mistakes also will be there. So that's why. So it will be coming. We can resolve that one. Go to this one, the source group. We need finally. Okay, click on here, storage account, and click on the storage account you want to create. Same resource group, ADLS dev bank domain 002. Then Central India standard one. Next, you want to click this hierarchical namespace. Next, review and create. Review and create. Now go to the home. So we can wait here. So one, okay. Because we need one ADF, we can wait for 1 minute. So when you're creating these kind of mistake, obviously will be coming. Okay, so I'm just trying to refresh that one. We need one ADF. This is the one ADF, and we need the first ADLS Gen 2 for storing the data. We need one Databricks for like processing the data. After the processing, we want a storage account that is called this ADLS. So it will be deleting only one Databricks. Okay, so meantime, while deleting, I can show you. Same way, you want to go to here in the click on the resource group. This is the resource group name. So I want to create, you can see I want to create a testing resource group, SIT resource group, UAT, pre-production resource group, and production resource group. I'm just trying to create that also. So go to the home, go to the resource group, and create RJ. This is we need to be moving to TST. RJ underscore test bank domain. This is the another resource group. We need to hosting in the Central India region only. Okay. RJ underscore test bank domain Central India region. Next, click on the next and click on the review button. So create. So the first step also we completed. So click on the review. So resource group is completed. Now the next one would be, you can see SIT environment. So we need to be create the SIT environment. Go to here, go to the home, click on the resource group, click on the resource group. You want to create the another one. So click on create and click on the here. Resource group name is RJSIT. SIT bank domain. Okay. RJSIT bank domain Central India. Next, review and create. Okay. So that is also completed. Now the next one, the pre-production stage, UAT. So click on create and mention here RJUAT UAT bank domain Central India. Next, review and create. Create. Okay, so that is also completed. Now next one would be click on the click button and create RJ prod prod bank domain Central India region. Next, review and create. This is also one of the mandatory step. So click on the create. Now we can able to see we created a development resource group, testing resource group, SIT, UAT and production. Everywhere we need this ADF, ADLS, Databricks and another ADLS and Power BI. This is mandatory kind of thing. So I'm just showing here. So in the resource, go to the resource group and I want to search all the resource groups are there or not. So you can see search this bank domain. I'm just searching like a bank domain. You can able to see bank domain. RJ dev bank domain will be there. RJ test bank domain will be. SIT bank domain, UAT bank domain, then production bank domain. So these all the things are available there. Now we need to be go to our development environment. This is Azure data engineers are mainly working. So click on this one. You can able to see inside that one, the first ADF will be there, then ADLS Gen 2 will be there, then banking, this database will be there, then final 002 storage account will be there. Now, I think the first thing you can easily understand, we need to be move the data into the cloud. So think about we have a this is the data we have some JSON data will be there, we have some kind of CSV data will be there. So I just want to need about this user data. So I just want this user data because my requirement will be I want to finding the premium customers. So I'm just opening this one. So from here I can understand what is their total debt. Okay, so what is their credit score will be there, what is the number of credit card they have. So based upon the credit score and total debt, I can easily find who are the premium customer. So here I'm just the first thing would be I want to ingest the data. This is like a 15 years of bulk cloud. I want to move into the cloud. That is our primary requirement. So how it will be possible? This is the first thing you want to understanding about. So currently you have a this is the user CSV. So this contain user data and this may be like in 15 years of data. 15 years means 2010 onwards 2025 till now we have a data will be there. So the first thing we want to migrate this data into the cloud with the help of an ADF. Okay, with the help of an ADF we want to migrate the tool and we need to save into the ADLS Gen 2. This is like a first requirement. Then we need to process premium customers. We need to process with the help of Databricks. Then we need to save into the another ADLS. Then Power BI report. And finally, it will be like an Power BI report. Now, how we can move the data into the cloud? So there are 2 or 3 ways will be there. Either client can save the data or client can load the data into the SharePoint location. one of the teams or SharePoint location client can load the data. But if like a large amount of data, we will be asked them to give a dump of file like in CSV, or we can they can share the file. We will be uploading one storage account, or we can store loading into a storage account, or we can use like an SFTP TP enablement. These are the different ways, or different place, a different way we can able to move the data into the cloud. Here, what I'm for the your easy to use, I am asking to the client, please share this 15 years of dump of data into a compressed format, same as we got from the file. Then I will be uploading, as a team will be uploading this bulk load. This is like a one time process, uploading into one of the storage account where we need to copy the data into the cloud. This is the one thing we can do. So we need to be create, so here we need to be create another storage account. So this storage account for the bulk load, okay, bulk load ADLS. So this is used for the bulk load ADF. So you want to migrate the data from bulk load to ADF, then moving into the ADLS. This is the first requirement we want to do. Great. So I think you got some kind of idea how it will be. And we need to be uploading the data and we need to move into the ADLS. Then we need to process with the help of Databricks and saving. So these are the few steps we want to do in the coming lectures. Hi all, welcome to Vision Board community. So this is a continuation of the yesterday's video. I think if someone is like in our YouTube channel, in our project session, please subscribe our channel. So without any kind of delay, we can go to the project. So yesterday we discussed about the session like what are the implementation level, right? So what are the things we did. So today we need to be implemented practically, because then only everyone get an idea about how to implementing, how to connect with the Databricks. So how to moving the data with the help of this Databricks and ADLS. So that I'm just showing here. So I'll be sharing my screen. So yesterday's session we already aware about, you can easily understand. So this is a resource group. In the resource group we created, right? We created one Azure Databricks, and the ADF we created, and the ADLS Gen 2. Okay, one is bulk upload. This is the one we created. If someone is not created, please create it. This is also kind of an ADLS. Okay, so this is also one ADLS for bulk upload. And coming down, you can see, yeah, so one is for like, and I'm just telling it again how it will be creating. So first, we have a 3 storage account. So already one or two is we created, but another one also we created for bulk upload. So the scenario would be client will be uploading these kind of data in any of the places. I already mentioned it will be in the SharePoint location, or it will be in the SFTP, or in the blob storage or ADLS Gen 2. They will be uploading the data. So that's why I created one ADLS Gen 2, that is called ADLS bulk upload. So here what I'm doing, like I'll be creating, you can so see here in the container level, click on the container level, and I'm just creating a one container. Okay, click on the container. I'm just mentioning about a bulk container. Okay, this is the container. Then I'm just trying to create. So client, we can give the access to the client also. So they will be either they'll be uploading the file to here, maybe 5 years or 15 years of data here, or we will be as an Azure data engineer, they'll be sharing in a drive, or like in the mail. So we will be uploading from here. Okay, we will be uploading that place to this particular bulk. Then with the help of an ADF, we will be moving the data. So this is the procedure. So now what I'm doing, like I'm just already mentioned, I have a, this is our user data will be there, transaction data, card data. So I'm just open this one, user data. So the client is already mentioned about, they want a good like a premium customers. So for their implementing their new project. So we here we need to be find out from this 1 million, 200 millions of data. We want to find out who is in the premium customer. So now I will be uploading this user data into this particular bulk. So I'm just going down, click on this bulk upload folder and upload. Click on the upload button, then browse file. Mm. So this is the one, user data. So I'm just trying to upload that one. This is the first step. Then next step should be ADF. So the ADF will be taken the data from here and ADF will be move the data into the next next storage account as a Parquet format. So most of the people are, I will tell you that also. Go down this ADF, click on the ADF and go to this Launch Studio. Click on the Launch Studio. You can see this is my Azure Data Factory. So Azure Data Factory, you want to, what you need to do, you already have some kind of, already have JSON file sources are there and these all are the CSV sources are there. So I'm just mentioning about clicking this pipeline and click a new pipeline. And in the pipeline name, I'm just given like an PL. I think you can easily see my screen. I'm just mentioning about PL underscore. This data will be CSV to Parquet. Okay, so this data will be using for moving the data from CSV file to Parquet format. So I'm just given the name also. Now, next thing I want to drag and drop a copy activity. Go down here and you need to be mentioned this copy activity name also. I'm just mentioning about this copy data name also CPY underscore. This will be using for CSV data to Parquet. Initial level you can mention about CSV underscore Parquet, but in the coming like if you want to deal with a different Parquet file, you need to be precisely mention about why the CSV file. Okay, what is the main use of the CSV file, example like card number or card details, that is also we need to be precisely mentioned. So now this is also completed. Second thing, you want to take a source actually. Okay, you want to mention where you want to move the data and where to move the data. So source is the bulk place. Okay, I'm just showing here. Source is the from this bulk upload. This is like a bulk upload is one time process. After that, we are getting a small file every day, 10 record, 100 record. These kind of file will be there. But initially, you can also understand like in 10 years, 15 years of on-prem data they are storing in the bulk upload. So in the bulk upload, you can already understand there is some kind of, you can see in the bulk place. So one user underscore CSV data we uploaded. Okay. Now where you want to moving the data? So that is a place you can see here. This is called a ADLS dev bank domain 001. So click on that one. Click on the container level. You need to be go through this add a container. Okay. You need to be mention about input container. Give like a small letter input container. Just click on OK. Then what will happen? This is the place you want to upload this data, but CSV we need to convert into Parquet. So why I'm just telling, I will be clearly mentioned. So in the here, go here and mention about source side. Click on the source, create a new, and go down and search like an Azure. Click on the Azure. There is an ADLF Gen 2. Okay, this is the Azure ADLF Gen 2. Click on this one. You need to be mentioned which is the data set. So data set is Avro, binary, delimited. In our CSV, this is in the delimited text. So copy this, click on this delimited text and click on the continue. You need to be mentioned about this data set name will be DS underscore CSV to Parquet. Parquet SRC, okay, because this is like a source side. I'm just mentioning that also. Then same thing you can apply in the linked service also. Okay, click on the new linked service and you need to be mentioned the linked service will be LS underscore because we need to identify, right? That's why. Then auto resolve integration runtime, you aware about we are moving the data from cloud to cloud. So that's why auto resolve integration runtime we are given. And we can choose like, and we need to connect, right? So you can give Azure subscription, Key Vault, anything would be better. But I'm not recommending directly you can give the Azure subscription, because anyone can, there's an like an issue or like any kind of breach will be there. So what we can do, like we can use Key Vault approach, okay, Key Vault approach, or storage account key. So here what I'm doing, like I will be using the storage account key. How you will be getting the storage account key means you need to be go to your account. Okay, so this is the account, this is our initial account, bulk load upload. Then go to this shared access, uh, sorry, not shared access, go to this access key. So here you can see one key is available. Okay, so you can copy this key and you need to be paste here. This is a storage account key. We can access, we are given an access. The ADF can take the data from there. This is a one approach. Another approach will be the key vault. We will be discussing in the later stage. And we need to be mentioned about HTTP. Okay, I'm just mentioning here also. This is the way you need to be given the name also. You can see. You can, maybe you can zoom it. You can see here. HTTPS hyphen is like a small letter. HTTPS and slash account name like an ADLS bulk upload. So this is the account name, ADLS bulk upload, and I'm just choosing this one. Okay, ADLS bulk upload, and you need to be given dot dfs dot core dot windows dot net. Okay, https ADLS bulk upload dfs core windows.net. Copy this one and paste here. Okay, this is the URL. Now you can able to test also. Okay, click on the test connection. We want to know it's like a success or failure. So now you can see this connection is successful. So now click on the create button. You need to be mentioned where you are taken the data. So I'm just mentioning about inside that particular ADLS or storage account, there's a bulk load, right? In the upload, I want to take the particular data I uploaded. That's it. So it will be loading. So this is the, go to this one, go to this folder, storage browser. You can say blob container, bulk upload. So inside the bulk upload, this is the data, a bulk data I want to load. So I'm just cancel, just try to one more time, because sometime it will be taken like a loading, these kind of things also will be there. Already connection was successful, but some network delay. This is the reason it will be kind of a loading will be there. But no worries, we can check. Click on OK. At least for some time, we can click on OK, and remaining, I will show you how you need to be adding that one. Now, where you want to store the data. So, okay, so we are taken the data from here. You want to store into, go to this one, you want to store into the 001. This is the place you want to storing the data. And what you need to do, you need to be click on this one. There's an input folder we want to. So in the sync side, you need to be mentioned about create a new. I want to store the data into another ADLS. So click on this one. What format? I want to store into the Parquet format. So this is the standard. If you have any sources, it's like an different sources will be available, right? Google, BigQuery, Snowflake, but always suggesting to the Parquet. Okay. So compared to this one, but scenario it will be changing obviously. But compared to other scenarios, Parquet will be the best format. Why? I'm just telling. So you can understand Parquet is a compressed one. Mm. So when you're using the compressed, if you have a 1 GB data, when you're compressing into the Parquet format, it will be like 100 MB. That means when you loading a huge amount of data, you can save the cost in the Azure, because Azure, based upon the storage, the cost we need to pay as you go, we need to limit. That's why the first reason, everything we are trying to compress into the Parquet format. Second thing, it is easy to use. Third quality will be, it is columnar. Okay, not row by row reading, it will be columnar reading, column by column reading. So it will be more effective, or reading speed also very high. So these are the most of the reason the Parquet we will be choosing. So I am also Parquet will be choosing, and I'm just mentioning here, this is the data set ds underscore PSV Parquet single. Okay. Same thing you can mention the linked service also, create, and that will be ls underscore CSV, because DS means data set, linked service means whatever the username and password. So here also I am choosing like an, rather than the subscription daily, we can use the storage account or keyword. So I'm using the storage account. So storage account, you can go here. This is the access key. So for this account, different access key, copy this access key and paste here. I'm telling again, this is the one way of approach. There are different ways of approaches are available, and you need to be name. Okay, this one, I'm just changing this one into, okay, now test connection. Okay, connection also successful. Click on create. Then you can go to here. You need to be mentioned. This is the folder I want to like an upload in a Parquet file. The conversion after the moving the data, it will be there. And one more thing. Previously in the source side, we are facing some issue, right? So I'm just open. Click on this. Click on this browse. Now you can see the bulk. Initially it was loading, right? So now you can see this is the data I want. We can able to parameterize. I will show you in the later stage, but now you can get an overview how it will be working. So now I think almost source is done, sync is done. Now what you need to do, how it will be running daily. Normal process, we can use the debug option, that will be absolutely fine. So data will be moving. So I'm just clicking on the debug, and I will show you the trigger implementation also. Then you will be getting some kind of insight. So when you're clicking on the debug, what will happen? You can see data is moving, and data will be, this is the storage account 001. I'm just going to here and click on the storage browser and click on the file share, and you can see block container. In the block container input, then time also it will be mentioned input. You can see the data will be moving into the Parquet format. Okay, that means our pipeline is successful. This is kind of a manual intervention. And how we can run the data daily? This is another question. So two things we are using in the batch system. Either you can use like an events trigger, or you can use like a schedule trigger. For example, here we can use like a schedule trigger. In the companies, we are mentioning about trigger. T TRG, capital letter, TRG or TRG underscore. Then why this trigger is using means CSV to like an Parquet. And like in the project will be needed, so we need to be mentioned about this Parquet for user data. These kind of clarity also we can mention. This trigger is using for moving the data from CSV file to Parquet data of user data file. So that is the one we need to get when you mentioning about the trigger. So there are multiple options are available: schedule trigger, tumbling window, storage event, custom event. Normally, tumbling event and custom event, we are using kind of a streaming kind of thing. And daily life, we can use the event trigger or schedule trigger. So in the case, we are using the schedule trigger. Schedule trigger means, example, in a banking system. So every day in the bank will be closed there, like an all the transaction in a day at a 10 p.m. or like a 9 p.m. After that, people will be leave from the company. Think about that. In a people leave from the bank itself. So at 9:30, they can all the things we can able to upload in the cloud. So what that time what will happen? We need to create a schedule trigger. Click on the schedule trigger and we need to starting date also we can mention. It will be at 9:30. 9:30 means it will be like an 21st and we can mention about 30. Okay, like this. Click on OK. Then what will happen? Here we need to be mentioned every day. So every day it need to be run. Click on OK. Start a trigger on creation. Click on OK. Then what will happen automatically every day when the new data available at 9:30 p.m. after the closing, data will be moving from this place to this place without any kind of manual intervention. That is called the schedule triggering. Okay, normally we are using the schedule trigger. Another important one I want to tell you about, if you have a 20 sources of data. Okay, client is mentioned 20 different sources: Google, BigQuery, JSON file, SAP system, SQL, Oracle, etc. Every time you need to be create a separate pipeline. Example, we have, you can see there are three CSV files are there, two JSON files are there. If you want to move this MCC code, this is a JSON file. And you want to train a fruit label, this is also JSON file. That time what you need to do, you need to be create a separate pipeline. Okay, click on a new pipeline and you need to be mention about this pipeline pl underscore you need to be mention about it's like an cs json to parquet, or you can store like an in the json itself, that is completely fine. So you can mention like that. So and whatever the sources are there, we need to be keep separate to pipeline. This is a mandatory step. Don't need to add all the copy activity into a single pipeline. We need to be think about in the future perspective. Maybe it's like in 3 years of data or like in 4 years of project also, then different sources will be coming. If you add all the source in a single pipeline, later stage we need to be like an again we need to be like and stop and writing the code again and again. This is the main drawback. So that's why keep each of the sources one by one. This is mandatory. Now you can see data. The first thing I'm just not adding at this moment. If you want, I will be giving more insight after that. At least now you can understand this is the way. Now the data will be moving into this is the storage account 001. The storage account is there. Then next process would be we need to be, you can see. Okay. So next process, we want to process the data. Where we will be processing the data means in the help of a Databricks. So I will tell you, you can see one of the ADB will be there. That is I'm hosting in the central India. I want to show one error also. When I'm clicking this one, I'm just opening this one. Click on this. Because these are the issues or normally as a data engineer will be facing. So with you want to run a code in a Parquet file, definitely the first step should be you need to be create a compute option. Okay, so compute option means click on the compute because you want to run the cloud, right? So you can see here I'm using like an unrestricted. I'm just changing this one into, okay, this is the Davis cluster. This is my cluster name and unrestricted I'm using. And currently you can use this is my pay as you go account, but not an organization level. So there is some limitation obviously will be there. So I'm just choosing like in one. I'm just changing the maximum will be one, maximum will be one, and minimum will be zero. Okay. So this is the one I'm just using. This is the worker type. Okay, I'm just choosing the single node. I'm just choosing single node means only one driver will be available. Then I'm terminate after this minute, because this is also one of the optimization stage. In the normally when you're working in a company, what will happen? We will be setting like in 30 minutes. Any of the developers are not working in a particular development database or production or like a test database or SIT database, it automatically into the kind of a hibernate stage, like a power saving stage. So that time it will not be charging kind of a cost. So that's why here also we are adding like an 30 minutes. You can mention about the 30 minutes. So automatically if no one is using this one, terminating or like it will be moving into the kind of an in kind of an hibernation stage at this moment. So I'm just using that one. Then what will happen? I'm just trying to create it. Okay, so I'm just showing like how it will be doing, so you will be getting a better insight. So it will be running. Once you done the cluster only, you can able to run the code, or you can able to move in the code. And before that, I want to explain some more item. Then only for the first scenario we discuss about, client has a, this is the one of the ADLS bulk, or you can use like an SFTP, or it will be like a SharePoint, Teams location. Anything would be using, that is optional. And here what will happen? Client will be uploading their bulk data. Okay, 15 years of bulk compressed data they will be uploading here in that folder. Then our ADF. So this ADF will be pick the data from here and storing into the ADLS. Okay, storing into the ADLS. So this ADLS name is ADLS 001. And when you storing the data, what will happen? The CSV file converted into the Parquet. So here the folder we can give like an input folder. In the input folder, ADF will be converting with the help of an schedule trigger. Every day it will be running at 9:30 p.m. Then new data will be moving into this folder. The next step would be, we need to, already Parquet data will be there. So we need to purify the data. Purify means we need to find a premium customer. So their credit code is above 300, above 800. So based upon that one, about like in 200 millions of record, 300 millions of record, the bank or client need only the premium customers. They have like an already 800, above 800 credit score. Think about that way. Where we will be writing this code, it will be in the Databricks layer. So you can see Databricks. So we will be writing the Databricks, actually the code will be writing. And after that, the purified data you can store into the another storage account. This is called the 002, ADLS 002. Then Power BI connection. Power BI will be using this one and report this one. This is the one way of implementation. Now we already completed till this one, till this one. This one is completed, and this one is completed, and this one is completed. But the main challenge will be there. You can obviously know this Databricks is the product of Databricks company. Azure in the ADLS or ADF is the product of Azure or like a Microsoft company. So there is some gap will be there, because they want a bridge to connect with this Azure account and the ADLS. Already Databricks is available in the product, that's kind of a third party. Then we need some kind of connection. So that's why in between we are doing an app registration. App registration. This I'm just showing here with a green color. So we need to create an app registration, and we need to connect this input to storage account details here. Then Databricks also details here. Then only we can able to transfer. The Databricks can easily read the data from this ADLS account. That is the next step I want to show you. Okay. So go to here. So I think my compute is running only. You can see it is running. It will be taken at least for some time for running option. So meantime, I'm go to this one, my account. I'm see like an search like an app registration. You can see this is the one is called app registration. In the app registration, click on the app registration, and you need to be give like an app Databricks. Think about this for app bank. Okay, this I'm just mentioning about app bank project. Copy this one, I'm pasting. Okay, then I'm click on the register. Now I want copy this one. Carefully you want to understand this application client ID or client ID we need, object ID we need, and a directory and ID we need. So I'm just copying all these things. I'm copying all these things into my here. Then I want one more thing that is called a secret. So click on the certificate and secret and click on the new secret and give the name also secret 1001. Okay, secret 001. Click on add. Then what will happen? You can see one value, not secret ID. You need to be copy this value and paste in your here. We need this one. Okay, so already app registration completed. Now this app registration you need to give access to the ADLS. That is the one I'm just showing in the picture. So the input to folder is there. So we need to give this app registration to access the data. So go to your click on this one home. This is your resource group. Go to the resource group and go to this one 001 and go to this access control am role. Click on this am role and create on add. Click on add. Then you need to be searched like a blob data contributor. Blob data contributor. You can see this is the one we need. Click on this blob data contributor and click on next. You need to be mentioned about which app you want to give the access. So that is the app name should be app bank project. Copy this one and paste here. And what will happen? This is the app bank project. Click on this one and select and click on next, next, review and assign. Okay, so I'm just adding one more thing. Add role assignment, blob data contributor, blob data contributor. Click on next, select a member. Second one, I'm just choosing next, next. Okay, so that is already added. Now the next step should be you want to go to your, you can see, go to this one. So this is like a green color. So that means your cluster is running. It is ready to accepting your code and all. So click on new, click on a notebook. This is the place. It will be supporting the 4 languages, Python, Pyspark, SQL, Scala, R. So we need to be write on a Pyspark code. First step should be mounting. So I'm just mentioning about this one, CSV connection. CSV connection. Then what I need to do, I'm just going to search like an ADLS mounting. Because always think about when you're working in a company, we need to be learned because we are using a Microsoft product. All the solution, anything will be available in the documentation. So we should be have a knowledge about how to reading, how to fixing these things from your understanding. This is one of the mandatory step. Then go down. This will be, you can choose this one. One is like in Scala, one is in the Python. So you can choose this one. Yeah, I'm just choosing this one. Copy this one. I'm just pasting here. And here, carefully, you can note here, we need to be configuring to this Databricks access like an ADLS location data. So this one, app ID. Okay, this app ID we already copied before. This is the one we already copied. Application ID, copy this one and paste here. There are different ways are available to saving this keyword, but for currently I'm just showing this one. This is the way. Then another one you can see secret equal to. So you need to be what you need to do. Important, carefully look here. Delete this much of portion. Give a this one. Okay. Then copy this value. We already copied this value. Copy inside this one. Carefully do this one, important, otherwise it will be kind of an issue. Then another one you can see here, directory ID. So directory ID also we copied actually. This is the directory ID. Copy this one, paste here. Then you need to be mentioned about where you want to take in the data. Container name and storage account name. Storage account name, where you are taken the data should be, you can easily understand. This is 1001. This is the location. This is the storage account. You want to then container name you need to be given like this is a container name. Okay. Then mount name you need to be mentioned like an MNT 001. Think about like that. Then you need to be click on this one you want to connect with our Davis cluster. Connect this cluster and click on here. Then what will happen? You can see here this connection with this input folder, the ADLS folder and the Databricks will be establishing it. This is the main thing. It will be the connection will be doing. Then it will be, you can see here. Okay, now it's completed. Connection is completed. Now next step should be you want to read in the data. At least you want to read that Parquet data. So I'm just showing one code also. This is the code you want to take it. Okay. I'll be sharing this code also at the end. So what we are doing, like we are the data frame we are creating. So spark.read of Parquet, this location. Okay. So from this location, MNT, from here, this is the mount point. In the mount point, and we need to be mentioned about in the user data to Parquet. This is the data we are taken. Then display. Then what will happen? Whatever the data loading into this one, ascent, you can see in the input folder, there are some Parquet data will be available. So this data content you can able to see here. Go down, this is the data you can able to see here. Now the next step, like a kind of an filtering step. Filtering step you already aware about. I already mentioned we need like a 200 million, 300 millions of record. We want a premium customer. So this data contain ID, current age, retirement age, birth year, birth month, gender, address, latitude, longitude, and capacity income, yearly income, total debt, debit score. So you can see almost number of credit score, everything will be available here. I want to need the customer ID, their credit score is greater than 800. This is one of the thing. So how I will be attained? So click on this code. I'm just showing here. So I'm just mentioning about the filter data frame equal to, I'll be increasing the size, filter data frame equal to df dot filter column credit score. Okay, there is a one column is called a credit score. This is the credit score, and that credit score is greater than 800. And what is selected? So from if you get that correct data frame, you want only id and credit score. Then what will happen? I am just want to display this one also. I'm just showing df dot show. You can see it will be given like ID plus credit score. So these IDs customers will be the premium customers because their credit score is greater than 800. So if any kind of a new loan they are introduced, you can surely given them because their good credit score indicate they are paying correctly and there's no kind of backlog also there. So that's why we are suggesting like that. Then we find about the ID and credit score. So next step, we need to store the data into another storage account. Filter data you want to store in another storage account. So that storage account is called a final storage account is called a ADLS bank domain 002. Okay, so click on this one and you need to be click on the storage browser and you can click on the blob container and click on like an add a container. Click on an add a container, you can mention like an output. So click on create. Now you want to store the data into Delta format. That is the next step. So before that, what you need to do? So I just want to, before that we need to be mount, right? So we need to be mount this storage account. This is the one storage account here. Then only it will be work. So output. So I'm just creating like an output storage account. This is the storage account. Then this is output one configuration. And I will be trying to create this one. You can see it is already mounted. So then copy. You can remove this error also. You can else like an else condition, but currently it is mounted. So the next step you want to mounting. So you can use this code for mounting purposes. Mounting purpose means we need to store after the conversion. We are storing a delta format, not a Parquet format. Delta. I will tell you delta. What is delta? You can see this schema. We are mentioning about this output path. Okay, in this path we will be loading. So currently you can see this is not contain a permission. So permission means we need to give some kind of app registration permission. Then only it will be work. So what you need to do, you need to be go to this one. Okay, click on the AMP role and click on this one, add role. Click on like a data contributor. Blob data contributor. Click on the storage blob data contributor. Next, select the member. Okay, now we are trying to create it. I'm just changing it one, then two, output ADLS 001, then try 002. Done. Now I'm just changing this one, output path, to this one, filter data frame. Already we created this filter data frame. I want to save this one. So data, like an filter data will be storing into 002. So I'm just opening the 002. This is the storage account. Then go to this one, storage browser, blob container, go to the output file, delta. Okay, in the delta file, what will happen? You can see this is the Parquet data. Inside this delta log, you can able to see JSON file, CRC. Okay, so I'm just explaining that is also. So normally when you converting the data, like in the Databricks, we will be storing all the data into the delta table. All the data after the conversion we are storing into delta table. So delta table is the combination of Parquet plus JSON file. Okay, so compared to other storage account, this Databricks will help you to see the transaction, asset properties, revert back to the original data. So this is all are possible. So that's why this delta format will help you. This is also one of the most asked interview question. So after the conversion, we are always recommending in a delta format to storing into the cloud account. So Parquet plus JSON. So that's why you can able to see the data. Then final layer. So that means data will be loading. At the end, what will happen here? We can connect with the Power BI and we can show like a visualized way. Like you can see this is the ID and this is the customers will be greater than the 800 credit score. So that way we can make an impact. This is a one layer of project, and when you doing these kind of project, lot of issues you will be facing, connection issues, and data was not loading, data compatibility issues. So there are majority of the issues are coming while loading time or like in purification time. So that is the one we need to be filter as a data engineer. So every day we need to be know about what other things are there, then again we fixing, so it will be getting some kind of idea. Then the next portion we need to be discussing about the like a delta loading and incremental loading, SCD1, SCD2. So these are the another type, then another sources. Okay, then sometime what will happen, we need to be build some logic in the ADF layer itself. So that is depends upon the scenario. I think try to complete this one, so you will be getting like a better understanding how it will be. If you like this video, just subscribe Vision Board, and if you are interested to cracking more offer letter, join with us because we have lot of recruiters connect and lot of openings are available in the market. So if you prepare with us at least 3 to 4 months, we will ready to help you for the transition. So are you ready? So I'll be sharing all the contact details at the end. If anyone is interested, join with us. Thank you.